Hello, everybody, and I finally have sound. Gosh, gotta love technology. All right, people, we welcome you to 2005 Stratomatic and opening day in Minute Maid Park, as it will be the defending National League champion St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Houston Astros, who will eventually be the defending National League champions when this season is over. So, kind of a preview of last year's champions versus the carded this year's champions, and it will be a great matchup. It's the aces. It's Roy Oswalt on the mound. He's a right-hander, and he will be taking on Chris Carpenter for the Cardinals, righty versus righty. Now, I just noticed that YouTube allows me to share, so I'm going to see if I can do what I like to do in games and have the game keep score. If it does, this is going to be an absolute game changer. So I'm going to see how this works and what the view is and everything else. So I'm just going to pull up the game on the other side, and I'm going to see if I can load them up and we can knock them down. So please stand by with me as I get everything else moving as we're continuing here. So just be patient with me as I'm getting set up here. Here are your starting lineups. I might as well give it to you while I'm on the screen. It's just popping up right now. So here is the visiting lineup for the Cardinals opening day, April 5th, 2005. David Eckstein will lead off in short, Larry Walker in right, Albert Pujols at first, Scott Rowland at third. A lot of Hall of Famers on these teams, or could be Hall of Famers. Jim Edmonds in center, Mark Grudzielanek at second, Reggie Sanders in left, Yadier Molina behind the plate, and on the mound is Chris Carpenter. For the Astros, Adam Everett leading off at short. Then it'll be Craig Biggio at second, Jeff Bagwell at first, end of his career. Batting fourth is Morgan Ensberg. He's a third baseman. Luke Scott batting fifth and left. Lane is batting sixth in right field. That will be Jason Lane. Brad Ausmus behind the plate. Willie Tavares in center. And on the mound is Roy Oswalt. So let's go ahead and get the game going on my side of the screen. And we'll see if we can play share and we can have some fun playing baseball here. Had some people pop in earlier when I didn't have sound. Today, not so much. So hopefully, some people will pop in and we can kind of have some fun. And there's my share screen right there. Share. So let's see what it does. If it's anything like the other programs I use, I'm going to be in love with it. So let's see if we can share that screen. Oh my God, you can. Jesus. Okay. Oh, okay. That's intense. All right. Well, we can do that. I mean, that'd be just as easy. And if this screen we can kind of let's see what we can do. You know what? As long as you can see me rolling dice on the bottom of the screen, this will work unbelievably excellent. And let's go. I believe I do have it set up for the mode I need it to be set up for. So I'll probably be using the screen for my images. So here's David Eckstein. He'll lead off. And to be honest, this Houston ballpark is going to bother me. So I'm going to get myself a new ballpark before we get started. Dun, dun, dun. Go ahead and get my tool up so I can switch a ballpark around. We'll roll the dice, still have everything set up, have I'll do all my own calculations. This we played, as played. Lineup injuries matter only game only. So if we run into injuries, only for that day. And let's see if we can find a Houston ballpark. They were in the National League in 2005. So let's see what matches them then. 2005 Minute Maid Park. We can switch to right there. We ballpark 342. Let's go ahead and switch this one for 342. And go and do this. Go and do this. Man, yeah, everything is set for manual, so I can just roll the dice. and kind of keep score. It's kind of a game changer. I do like the YouTube apparatus. Boom, much better ballpark. And let's see, make sure we're watching the same ballpark. We are. Oh, okay. I wish we had some people here for live broadcast, but hopefully they'll be in. Let's do this. Let's do this from Houston. So again, on the mound is Roy Oswalt. Good season in 2005. 20 and 12, 2.94 ERA, one hit per inning pitched, 48 walks, 184 strikeouts, and play ball from Houston. Opening day 2005 for these guys. So here's David Eckstein, pesky little hitter, and here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-7 with a 2 split. That's a ground ball to the second baseman. That is going to be Biggio, who was a 4-E-20 at second. Are you kidding me? Wow. I did not notice that. He was. Holy crap. So he's a 4-E-20. So we're going to have to roll if we can avoid the error, avoid the hit. And that's going to be a 12. He does an 11. That's an 11 on a 20. And now we're going to make sure that's not an error. So 11 on a 20, no error. So that will be that'll be an out, 4-3. So let's go ahead and record that one. First out. So Biggio, unbelievably a 4 in 2005, makes the play. And now here is Larry Walker, the former Colorado Rocky Hall of Famer. Again, injuries kept them down to 300 plus at bats. We'll see what he can do right here. Ballpark results today: 1-3 lefties, 1-3 ballpark singles and home runs. So obviously they say it's hard to hit home runs here. In the right side, it's 1-11 home runs for the lefty, and 1-16 on the righty. So that should be. I should say this. Sorry, the singles are 1-3 lefty, 1-11 righty. Home runs to lefties are 1-3 lefty, 1-16 righty. So here we go. Larry Walker due up, and the pitch. That's a fly ball center field. Tavares is there, makes the catch, and we got 2 outs here in Houston. So batting third, and yes, King Albert. Not yet ready for the Hall of Fame, but when he does, he's going in first ballot. Third, I believe, in home runs. 330 average, 41 bombs this season. And he was mostly against right-handed pitching that he loves. So he could hit Oswalt deep if not careful, and that's gone. Nope, that's not. That's going to be 1-6 to a righty. 1-3 home run, 13 double, and Albert Pujols starts off opening day with a double. So a double for King Albert. So now here's Scotty Rowland, just recently into the Hall of Fame. Runner on second and 2 outs. 235 average that year, only 5 home runs. Wow. Rowland only played at 196 at bats. Boy, that kind of kept him down. Ausmus puts down the sign. Oswalt from the stretch in the pitch. 3-11 to the pop to short. Valby Everett makes the catch and retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. They leave Albert. Okay, we're in the bottom of the first inning as I just hit the wrong button. So let's go ahead and get me out of that one. Hopefully I'll be better now. Here we go. All right, so top of the second. And now we'll go back to gameplay, I guess. Here is Adam Everett leading off. He was a shortstop most of the year, 11 home runs, 54 RBIs. Chris Carpenter, 21-5, 2.83 ERA. So battle of true aces. Here's a pitch from Carpenter, 4-4, fly, not give up a hit. Let's see if he gives up the error. He does not, makes the catch and 1 away. So Edmund just makes a nice routine, easy play. A 4. Roland, Eckstein, Gruzelanek, Pujols, Molina behind the plate, and Carpenter on the mound. Good defensive alignment. Only 1-4 on this team. Here's the second baseman, Craig Biggio. Even though he's a 4 defensively, 26 home runs, 69 RBIs this season. So he's definitely got some power. Here's the pitch to Biggio. That's a 3-12 12. That ball is deep to left field. That is far. That is deep. And that is over the Crawford boxes. And it's 1-0 Astros. So Craig Biggio bombs away, and the Astros lead it 1-0 in the first. So Biggio goes long, far, and gone. So now here is Jeff Bagwell, again toward the end of his career, only 100 at bats, 3 home runs, 19 runs batted. Right-handed hitter against Carpenter. Now he has to settle in. 1-0 Houston here in the first. Here's Carpenter to Bagwell on the pitch. 3-9 is a strikeout, and Bagwell whiffs. 2 out. There's been feeling a little bit older right now. Now here's Morgan Ensberg. So Morgan Ensberg, all-star in this Houston team. 36 home runs, 101 runs batted in. Superpower. Molina puts down the sign. Here's a pitch from Carpenter. That's a 6-5 and So now it'll be Jimmy Edmonds, followed by Mark Grudzielanek and Reggie Sanders. The swing away for the Cardinals here in the second against Roy Oswalt. So top 2. So here's Edmonds and the pitch. 2-11, fly ball center field. Tavares is there. That's another putout for Willie. Makes the Cats and his 1 away. Edmonds, to me, probably should be in the Hall of Fame. Had some excellent seasons, defensively one of the best. Here's Mark Grudzielanek, was the everyday second baseman for a while this year for this team. Hit a nice, easy 294, 8 home runs. Not a bad year. Oswalt puts down the sign. Here's a pitch from him. 3-7. That's a fly ball center field. That's going to be the third put out for Tavares. Makes the catch, and that's 2 outs. So Willie Tavares getting some action here. 2 outs. And now here's Reggie Sanders. Boy, he continues to put up power numbers. 271, 21 home runs, 54 RBIs. He got about 300 at bats. So Oswalt puts down the sign. Oswalt looks in and the pitch. That's in the 3 column. That ball is far. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone. 3-9 against a righty. Ballpark blast. It's 1-16. That's a 6-8. Or what is that? That is a 6. That ball is gone. So Reggie Sanders takes Oswalt deep, and we have a 1-1 game. So the power in this game. So Sanders goes deep. So home runs by Biggio and Sanders, and now here's the youngster Yadier Molina. Will be in the Hall of Fame once his waiting period is over. He just retired. 252 average, 8 home runs, 49 RBIs. 1-8. Ground ball to short. That's Everett. Comes up, makes the catch, throws over to Bagwell, who's a 5, and makes the play. Side retired. Holy cow. 4 for Biggio and a 5 for Bagwell. We played an inning and a half. It is St. Louis 1 and Houston 1. When welcome to Minute Maid Park for all the action here. Again, this is something I've realized that YouTube now does, and sharing of the screen. So as long as you guys can see the dice I'm throwing, if I'm not going to use the cards, then I'm going to give you a full view of them. So why don't I do that? I just lost whoever was in here. I know people like to see me probably play cards and dice, but let's see if we can adjust something here, just because of what I have to do. And then we'll go ahead and do that. Let's do that. All right, that should work okay. Let's put them there, maybe. Let's do it that way, maybe. Trying to get the best. Yeah, that should work. You guys should be able to see the dice and everything else. All the dice and nice. Let's continue so we can move this along. It's 1-1, Astros and the Cardinal. Here's going to be Luke Scott, followed by Lane and Oswalt to bat against Carpenter. Here's the first pitch. 5-7, ground ball to second. Grudzielanek is a 2-8. That should be an easier play. That's a 2. That's a base hit. 13 on an 8, I don't think is an error, though. Second baseman on an 8 is a 16, 17, and 18, basically. So Grudzielanek goes under the glove for a base hit. So a base hit for Luke Scott. Hit 188 on the year. Only 80 at bats, so sounds like he won't be around long. Here is Jason Lane. 26 home runs, 78 runs batted in. Molina puts down the sign. Carpenter from the stretch. 6-9 is a strikeout for Chris Carpenter, and that'll be strikeout number 3. So that is strikeout number 3, and there's one away. So now here is Brad Ausmus, now a New York Yankee bench coach, who to me should be the head coach. Again, that is just me. Keep putting Clay Holmes in situations. So here is pitch from Carpenter. 2-4, ground ball to third. Rollins got it, comes up and throws a strike. The pull close and gets him. So that is a good out there. That's a double. Hang on. There's only one out. That could be a double play. So let's look at it. 2-4 ground. Nope, that's going to be a 2-4 ground ball to third base. That is going to be a fielder's choice. So even I lost track of that one. So give Osmus first base, 2 outs. For Willie Taveras, 291, which isn't bad for him. 3 home runs, 29 RBIs. Has the stolen bases on the team with 34. He is going to bat right-handed. Here's the pitch. 6-8 and got him looking. Oh, Carpenter just threw in that curveball, walks away from him, and gets the strikeout. So now we go to the top of the third. 1-1's your score. Both teams, 1 run on 2 hits. As we continue baseball, 2005's opening day from April 5th, 2005. As soon as we get done here, we get the opening days out of the way, then we'll start picking the game of the day kind of thing, how Demos does it. For Chris Carpenter, he's on at first, so he gets it off with a single. Nice job for Carpenter. And now here's David Eckstein, who could definitely move runners over. Top of the third. Eckstein is an E or becomes an A hit and run. Ooh, that's interesting. So you know what? Let's hit and run and see what we do. 17% says yes. Actually, we need the other chart, which I think is, let me make sure I have that. If not, I can use the game, and I don't really want to do, oh no, I got it right here. I do. So let's hit and run. Let's have some fun. So let's do that. So he's going to be an A hit and run because they're holding the runner on. Is Eckstein. That will be, no, cancel that. Ooh, that is going to be a 1. That is going to be a 1-6 on a hit and run. So let's see what we need to do. So squeeze. Where it's going to be a hit and run. He then prompts to roll the 3 dice. If the single dice 1, 2, and 3, then he refers to the Superfans hit and run chart using the batter's hit and run rating. So he's a 1, and it'll be a 6 on an A, and that's a ground ball to the second. Ooh, he had options there of getting a base hit, but he misses it. So that will force Carpenter over to third, and that's an out. So Tony La Russa trying to roll the dice there, move Carpenter over with Eckstein, who's great with the bat, but he ends up grounding out. So that will force, let's see, I'll force Carpenter to second, and he will be out for 3. So runner on second and 1 out for Larry Walker. Flight out his first time up. Left-handed hitter against Oswalt. Here's a pitch from Oswalt. 1-3. Nope, ground ball hit the first. Bagwell takes it to the bag as Chris Carpenter will move over to third. So Carpenter moves over to third. There's 2 outs, and now the swinging will be Albert Pujols. Now, first game of the season, do you start pitching around? You know what? You don't know for a fact early on in the season that Roland would not be that good, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and issue the intentional walk to Albert Pujols, so he's on at first. First and third, 2 outs for Scotty Rowland. So Osmus puts down the sign. Oswalt from the stretch. He may not have been happy about that. 6-6, he does. Fly ball left field. Scott is there, makes the catch, and Sides retired. So walking Albert proved to be a good call. We may not have the fluffy cap, but this manager knows what he's doing. It's 1-1. We go to the bottom of the third. So here's Oswalt, followed by Everett and Biggio here in the third. Of a 1-1 score here at Minute Maid Park, 2005, as played replay. So here is Oswalt, 178 hitter, 2 RBIs. Does he need the stinking DH? 1-9, that would be yes. Single to left field. So who needs the DH? Not these guys. So both pitchers with singles as their first at bat of the season. So now here's Adam Everett. Again, he's probably the same thing. He probably could get a runner over if he wants. He's a 248 hitter, 11 home runs, so not as much. He'd be a C bunting or a B hit and run. So Everett will probably swing away, see if he can find some of that power. 1-6 is a single 1-6. That's a 13. That's a line drive to Eckstein. Oswalt better hurry back. One away. So that is one out here. Okay, Schmidt and Gilbert on the mound today. Here's Biggio, homered his last time up, and the pitch. 4-4, fly ball center field. That's Edmund. That's something you don't mess with. 1-E-3. Not giving up the hit. I don't think you're gonna get you're not gonna get the advance on the 6. A 12 on a 6, 12 on a 3 is not gonna be an error, and that is it. 2 outs. So that's 2 outs here in the third inning. So now here's Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell, the batter, 0 for 1. Moves down the sign. Carpenter from the stretch. And that's going to be a 5-9. That's a ground ball to short. Eckstein's a 3-E-16. That could be a problem. Let's see if Eckstein comes up with. He does not. That's a single 2. So a 6 on a 16, though. Let's make sure he doesn't get any inclinations of getting an extra base hit. 6 on a 16. Nope, that's a 14 and 17. So there's no extra shenanigans, but that will be a single 2 for Bagwell. So Bagwell a single 2. He's a 1 out of 3. I would think that would be a single 2. Let's go ahead and get a official ruling. 1 out of 3 is a single 2. So he goes to third. First and third, 2 outs for Morgan Ensberg. So far in the ball game, has struck out his first time up. First and third, 2 outs. Astros trying to get on the board. Carpenter kind of befuddled by defense here. Carpenter from the stretch, 4-5, ground ball to short. He does what he needs. Eckstein gets it, goes to second for the fielder's choice, and that should do it to end the inning. And nope, you do not score. You need to stay where you're at. So that retires the side. We go to the top of the fourth. It's still 1-1 ball game. St. Louis 1-3-0. Houston 1-4-0. Top of the fourth here at Minute Maid Ballpark in Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Let's see if we can live chat. Let's see if we've had anybody. Nope, no one yet. Oh, Philip Reynolds came in. Sorry, Philip, that I missed you. Top 4 of a 1-1 ball game. Now I'm wondering if I should. Maybe we'll do that a little bit. Let's see. Do I want to? Yeah, that puts it in the middle. Let's put it in the middle and see if that helps. Again, looking for extra what I can use. Love the idea we can share the screen on here. It's probably one of my primary, as long as people can hear me, it's one of my primary ones I'd use. So here's Jimmy. Edmonds will bat. He flied out his first time up. That's a 2-9 and struck him out. Retires that one. So Edmonds walks back ejected. Strikeout from Oswalt. And that's his first strikeout of the game and season. So here is Mark Grudzielanek. 0 for 1 the ball game. Flied out. Here's the pitch. That's a 2-8. Oh, line drive to the shortstop. Everett there makes the catch. And that's 2 outs in the fourth. So, 2 outs in the fourth. So now it'll be Reggie Sanders, 1 for 1 with the bomb. He tied the game up back in the second inning. Here's a pitch from Oswalt. 4-9, single 1 to 15. That's a 5. That's a base hit for Reggie Sanders. So Sanders is on. So Reggie is on. Runner on first and 2 outs. And here's Yadier Molina. So Yadi comes up. Runner on first and 2 outs. Austin puts down the sign. Sanders has always had speed, but it would be a -5 or looks like a 65% to get it. So he looks like he has tremendous giddy up. Let's see what he has. Gets it on a 4-5. Yep, he loses 5. That would be 60%. Does he give him 60? Gave him 65. Give an additional one. -4, -2 is a -6, -5. 5 first number would be a 14. That'd be 70. So I'm not sure why you only get 65%. So on a 4 and 5, we'll see if he gets it. And nope, it's the 11. So it does not get it on the 11. So Sanders will stay put, not going on the second number. And here's Yadi. Yachty with 2 outs. Osmus puts down the sign. Here's the pitch. 4-5 struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Oswalt. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're still tied at 1. We're now getting the pitcher's duel that we talked about. 1-4-0 for St. Louis. 1-4-0 for Houston. All right, folks. We go again to the bottom of the 4th. No score. 1-1 game here at Minute Maid. And now we Scott, Lane, and Osmus. Carpenter on the mound. Here's a pitch from Carpenter. 1-6. Nope, not there. Struck him out. Scott struck out. He had one of the 4 hits in the ball game, but this time Carpenter got the best of him. That's 5 for Carpenter. He's given up 4 hits and struck out 5. And now here's Jason Lane. I believe he had that big home run in that wild extra inning game. I believe this was this season. Here's the pitch. 2-10. That's a line drive to deep center. That's going to be trouble. Oh, it's going to go over Edmonds' head. Over Towels Hill, I believe, was still there. The weird hill they had in Houston. And that's a triple for Jason Lane. Holy cow. So Lane's on at third. 1 man out, bottom the 4th inning, as there is 1-0. So now the Cardinals will play the infield. Even they say the infield in on the game, I'm going to probably set him back. I think Carpenter can work his way out of this. Here's Osmus. He has Taveras on deck. Runner on third, 1 out. No need to add to the averages on Osmus on and plus. Molina puts down the sign. Carpenter from the stretch in the pitch. That's going to be a 2-6. Base hit for Osmus. It didn't matter. So Osmus sends it right up the middle. Base hit off Carpenter. Run will score. And the Houston Astros have taken a 2-1 lead. So 2-1 Houston. So now with Osmus not being held on, Carpenter now with 1 out has to work himself out of this inning. Here's Willie Taveras, who's 0 for 1. Here's the swing. 5-7 is a ground ball second. Let's see, he's a 2-8, and that's Grizzlonic. Should get a double play out of this unless he rolls extremely unfortunate. Oh, he might have been. That might have been extremely unfortunate, but that is a 9. There's no error on a 9. So let's see if a 9-2 gets the double play. It's not. It's a fielder's choice. So again, Grizzlonic and Eckstein kind of working brand new this year, and there you go. Cannot get the double play figured out. That means you allow Willie Taveras to be on base, and of course, the speed of Willie Taveras will be in play. So 2 outs. We'll see what Taveras' running speed is. This is where we can probably look at the cards. So let's take a look at Willie here. So Mr. Taveras, let's see if we can find Willie. Give me 1 minute as I'm just will do this. I think it might be easier. So there's Taveras. Gets it on a 3-6, is an 18-13, -4. Oh, that is going to drop the heck. Yeah, it drops him to 55% because that is going to be a -5. That is going to be a 13. Oh, a 13, though. A 13 should be 65%. So they have him a lot less than that. But I'm going to go for the lead here. 3 and 3 to 6. Here we go. Let's go. That's going to be an 8. Doesn't get it. So he stays at first and held. So he's not going anywhere. Here's Oswalt with 2 outs. Might as well get a shot at it with the pitcher up. Here's the pitch. 6-7 struck him out. Carpenter gets him out on the same pitch. But Houston gets a run. We played 4 here at Minute Maid. It's 2-1 Astros. So now it's going to be Carpenter, Eckstein, and Walker, the bat in the 5th, as Roy Oswalt now has a 1-run lead to play around with. So we now go to the top of the 5th. So now here's Carpenter, 1 for 1 in the ball game. That's going to be a 1-6, fly ball center field. That'll be at Taveras, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. So 1 away in the ball game, 1 away in the 5th. So far, Houston 2-6-0. St. Louis only 1-4-0. Here's Eckstein, right-handed hitter. Osmus behind the plate. Osmus with the pitch. 2-6, a base hit for Eckstein. So Eckstein is not normally known for a super speed guy. 11 stolen bases on the year. We'll see if that allows David to run. Probably not. He's going to be held, so he won't go anywhere. Osmus puts down the sign. Here's from the stretch. And that's going to be a 2-9. That's a shot to deep right field. That's going to be over Jason Lane's head. He'll play it off the hop. Eckstein will go to third. So now the question is, he was being held, so that's a -1. Lane's a -2, that's a -3. Brings Eckstein to a 12 or better with one out. And no, now with Albert coming up, you may get the intentional walk even. So that's a double. We'll hold Eckstein at third. Second and third, one out, and the Cardinals coming back. So second and third, one out, and the Astros will not play the infield in again. Again, I think we are too early. So here's Albert, 1-for-1 with a double and the INT. On deck is Roland with one out. Do you pitch around Pujols here? Osmus puts down the sign. Oswalt from the stretch. 4-9 should have 1-15. That's a 6 base hit. Albert Pujols scores. Eckstein. Walker to third. It's a 2-2 ball game. So big hit for Albert. It is now a 2-2 ball game. So now here's Scotty Rowland with one out. Tie ball game. Want to double play on Rowland here. Osmus puts down the sign. Oswalt trying to work his way in and out of trouble. 5-8 and will not. That's an 18 on the 20. That's going to be a single 2. Walker scores. Albert will go all the way first to third, and it's 3-2 favor of the Cardinal. So the Cardinals up by an extra run here. They send runners first to third, and it's 3-2 St. Louis here in the fifth. And here's Jimmy Edmonds. So Edmonds the batter, first and third, one out. And now they'll say the infield is in. They're going to have to stop this landslide here. Oswalt from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 6-6, fly ball center field, and that's deep enough. Tavares with very good arm. Pujols will try to tag, and they'll throw it in and cut it off. So a sacrifice fly, run batted in. Willie Tavares did not try to make the throw home, and it is 4-2 Cardinals. And now here's Mark Grudzielanek with 2 outs and a runner on. 2-run lead for St. Louis, a 3-run fifth. Osmus puts down the sign. Oswalt from the stretch from that side is retired. But St. Louis scores 3. Like I said, to the bottom of the fifth here at Minute Maid. St. Louis pouring it on in the juice can. It's 4-2 St. Louis. 4-8-0 for St. Louis. 2-6-0 for the Astros. So let's kind of make sure we're get back in the control center, as they say. Still looking good, but I probably should. All right, now I need to probably refix my. Let's see. Do you want to? No. So I'll put that out of the way. Let's see. Now I'm like concerned why I'm not. I could redo my camera probably now. That since I'm just kind of sitting back here. Yeah, let's do that. That makes it probably better. Sorry to mid-adjust that first time here. And yeah, let's do it there. That will be fine. So let's go back. Let's go back to the ball game and play ball. As Chris Carpenter comes out for the fifth inning, now has a 2-run lead. We'll pitch to Everett, Biggio, and Bagwell. Here's Everett. 1-8, ground ball to short, hit hard. Eckstein's got it, gloves it, throws, makes a nice play. So again, good reliable shortstop and David Eckstein, first out. And now here's Biggio. He's homered and flied out. Carpenter looks in, gets the sign and the pitch. 3-7-0, right in the middle of Biggio's power. Hit hard to short. Eckstein there gloves it. Looks at the ball, makes it, gets a strong throw, and gets him for out number 2. So 2 out. Here's Bagwell. He's 1 for 2. Single back in the third. Carpenter looks in. Here's the sign. That's a 2-10. That's going to be a shot to right field, and it's over Walker's head. Walker will play the hop, and Bagwell has 2 hits in the ball game now, including a double. So Jeff Bagwell still showing some signs of some good opposite field power. Runner on second, 2 outs. Tying runner comes to the plate for Morgan Ensberg. Molina puts down the sign. Carpenter looks in from the stretch and the pitch. That's a 3-4. Hit hard the third, though. That's Roland gets it, throws across the diamond, and retires the side. So that does it. But they leave a runner on board. We played 5. We're halfway through here at Minute Maid. It's 4-2 St. Louis. So here's Sanders, Molina, Carpenter. Sanders a home run and a single. Austin puts down the sign. Here's the pitch. 6-3, fly ball left field. Scott's a 4-8. That could be trouble. Let's see. Does he make the play? No, that's going to drop in. A 7 on a 4 is going to be a single 2, and there's no error on the 8. So that's a single in front of Scott. So Sanders with his third hit of the ball game. So Reggie Sanders. Now we'll see what Reggie Sanders kind of wants to do. Runner on first. Again, it's Oswalt with 0. Oswalt -4. You're holding him. So again, it should be a max of -5. So let's see where he's at. Gets the lead on a 4 and 5. Will be a 1-14 if he can get it. So let's go ahead and roll the shenanigan dice. 8, there's nothing there. There's nothing on the 12, of course. And then that means Sanders will hold put, not getting a good lead. No one today's gotten a lead. Oswalt puts down the sign. Oswalt from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Molina. 5-5 and struck him out. Boy, did Oswalt need that one. That's his third. And now here comes Chris Carpenter, who'll definitely bat for himself as he has a 2-run lead with 1 out. Does he lay a bunt down here with Eckstein on deck? I'm guessing he probably does. They'll probably play the bunt. So the bunt and first base. So he does. Good bunt there. So nice job by Chris Carpenter. Gets him over. Now it's runner on second and 2 outs for Eckstein. Awesome. Walker's 1 for 3, a double out. Big play of the ball game. Oswalt puts down the sign. Oswalt from the stretch. 3-5 is a single 1-16. That's a 4. Base hit Walker. And it gives King Albert a chance to hit with the bases loaded. So now a big opportunity. They score more than 3 in this inning. It would knock Oswalt out, or at least would fatigue him. So now Houston having some problems. Albert in the ball game is 2 for 2, including the intentional walk. Oswalt puts the sign down. Oswalt from the belt. Bases loaded. 2 out. Big pitch. 11. There it goes. Fly ball deep left field. Back goes Scott. The 20 is a 15. It is gone. Grand salami. Put the mayo on the bread. It is a grand slam for Albert Pujols. So he hits a grand slam. That's his third hit of the ball game. Gives him 5 RBIs, and St. Louis leads 8-2, and that should be all for Roy Oswalt. Wow. So that quickly went bad. So again, Houston fans unbelievably don't know what to do. And now they're looking over and we'll say they'll bring in Chad Qualls. So Chad Qualls will come in the ball game, 80 innings of work and give 2 innings. So here is Qualls. Let's see if hopefully I didn't make a mistake on that. We may have to go back and do a double switcheroo. Let's see. Then he comes up. I don't want to take Ensberg out of the lineup, so that will be a problem. So Qualls may have a shorter outing. Here's Roland. Austin puts down the sign. Quails now in. Qualls 4-5 is a ground ball to short. Everett is a 1E16, so he's not going to give up the hit. Ooh, but he may have given up the error. 14 on a 16. We'll go ahead and verify those results. And that's an error. That's the only error you give up on an E1 is a 14. So Everett kicks him off. Roland gets on the error, and St. Louis continues this inning. So an E6 on Adam Everett. So big error on Everett. He'll reach first and 2 outs. Anything after this will be unearned. And now here's James. Osmus puts the sign down. Quails from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 6-8 base hit left field for Edmonds. He went the other way with it. Scott comes up, and the runners will hold. So St. Louis continues the big inning. It is still 8-2 St. Louis. 2 outs in the 6th for Gruzelanek. Right-handed hitter. Quails trying to get through this one. Osmus puts down the sign. Quails from the stretch. 6-7 ground ball to second. That's Biggio. He's a 4E20. Does he avoid stuff? 12 he does. No error on an 8. Biggio makes the play, retires the side, but St. Louis gets 4. Get the bread out and the mayo and the Italian. It's a grand salami for King Albert, as that will retire the side. So let's go ahead and make sure he gets out the right way. Let's see. Grounded out. That's 2 outs. 6 there. And oh, no, we don't want to do that. Let's see. So hang on. I screwed up that one. So Gruzlonic will return. Let's see what we doing here. Ground ball, ground out. Gruzlonic is out, and everyone else can take second, take third, and that will get you out. So we go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 8-2 St. Louis. So St. Louis definitely hitting well right now, having a big lead early. Let's get that out of here. And all right, so bottom of the sixth, and it's going to be Luke Scott against Chris Carpenter, who has looking strong right now. That's a foul ball out of play. Let's go ahead and redo that one. That's a foul ball. That's strike 2. Dice don't want to stay in the container. There's a big pitch, 4-6, and a walk. So the Astros get the leadoff runner on. They're down 6. They need base runners. That's a good start. And now here's Jason Lane. He is singled and tripled. Molina puts down the sign. Carpenter from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 1-9, fly ball center field. That's Edmonds. Puts the glove up, makes the catch, and there's one away. So 1 out here. And now here's Brad Ausmus. 1 for 2. RBI single back in the 4th. Molina puts down the sign, and Carpenter from the stretch. That's another foul ball. Strike 1. So again, he fought it off, and knocked it out of play. And there's the pitch. 3-11, and that is going to be a fly ball left field. Play is made by Sanders, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Taveras, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Molina puts down the sign. Carpenter from the windup. That's going to be a 4-8, and that's a single 1 to 13. That's a 12. So Taveras with a single. First and second, 2 outs, keeps the inning alive. And now let's see if Houston may have to pull the trigger on him right now. So Quails, if he comes out. So it's in the 6th. So let's see who had the most at bats, and we'll give him the pride. Looks like it could be Lamb with 322. So Lamb with 322 at bats will get the at bat here. Mike Lamb, and he'll swing away. First and second, 2 outs. Left-handed hitter, 12 home runs, 53 ribbies. Molina puts down the sign. Carpenter from the stretch, 3-8. That's going to be a line drive in the gap. It goes all the way to the wall. Scott will score. Taveras' speed, though, and he can only get the 3rd. So, but it does drive in a run. It's now 8-3 St. Louis. And now here's Adam Everett. A big chance to get Houston back in this game. Molina puts down the sign. Carpenter looking in from the stretch. Big pitch he needs to make. 1-11, popped it straight up. That's going to be Eckstein. He'll call everyone off, makes the catch, and that will retire him. But Houston does get 1 back. We now go to the top of the 7th. It's an 8-3 ball game between the Cardinals and the Astros. So let's get a new pitcher in there and see what we can do. Oof. So the question is you don't use your closer. So we'll go to Ross, or let's see, 49 innings. Wheeler had 79. So that's what we'll do. Get some work out of Dan Wheeler today. Wheeler will come in and get in the 9th position. Top of the 7th. So here is Reggie Sanders, 3 for 3, a home run and a couple singles. Wheeler looks on in the pitch. 6-8, and that's a strikeout for Wheeler. Big strikeout here in the top of the 7th. So it's a big out, first out. And now here is Yadier Molina, 0 for 3 in the ball game. Wheeler with the pitch, 2-11. That's a ballpark single, 1-11. That's a 17. And Everett makes a nice play, and there's 2 outs. So he hit a liner, he hit a screamer, but the shortstop was right there. And now here's Carpenter. He'll stay in there in the 7th here. Here's the pitch to Carpenter, and that's going to be a 2-5, and he struck him out. So Wheeler, with a nice strikeout, retires the side. We have time to stretch here in Houston. It's 8-3 St. Louis, partner. So 8-12-0 for St. Louis, 3-9-1 for Houston. Biggio, Bagwell, and Ensberg to take on Chris Carpenter here in the seventh. Here's the pitch. 6-4 for Biggio. Ground ball to third. That's rolling. 1 E18. Not going to give up the hit. We'll see if the error plays in. That's a 12. So we're going to have to visit the chart on that one. Make sure he does not give up a hit. That's going to be on an 18. 18 on a 12. Nope. 3, 11, and 15, 16, 17. So no error on the 12. So out you go. So Biggio is out. So ground out 5-3. I'm going to try something different too and see if that's going to make it better. We'll kind of leave an empty clipboard there and just pull the charts hopefully from the side, and hopefully that'll make it better. Or if anything, let's see if I can put them to the right of me. Let's see here. Trying to make it anywhere easier to. Oh, I'll just keep them to the side, probably easier. So here is Bagwell, 2 for 3. That's a 2. That's a walk. So Bagwell draws the walk again. This is inning of fatigue, I'm guessing. So against St. Louis, we'll have some bullpen work up. Here's Ensberg. He's 0 for 3. He struck out into a fielder's choice and grounded out. Molina puts down the sign. Carpenter from the stretch. 4-4, fly ball center field. That's going to be Edmonds, 1E3. Don't think that's going to be a problem. Third, so it can make it easier for me to look at. And that's going to be on a 3 is 3, 18, 16. So no error on a 13. And Edmonds again will make a put out, and there's 2 outs. So Edmonds making some serious catches today. Nicely done. Always known to be a Hall of Fame type glove. Here's Scott, 1 for 2. Single on a walk, but on twice. Carpenter from the stretch. 5-6, fly ball center field. That's another put out for Edmonds. Makes this easier of a catch. And that side will be retired. Hey, we played 7 here in Houston, but the Cardinals still hold an 8-3 lead. So the Eckstein, Walker, and Albert Pujols, who's having some ball games so far, gets the chance to hit again here in the 8th. So let's go ahead, go to Eckstein. He is 1 for 3 with a couple runs scored. And the pitch, 5-4 is a catch X. That's Osmus, 1E1. You need a 1 to even talk about anything. That's going to be a 17. Squibber in front of the plate. Osman picks it up, throws over to Bagwell, and there is 1 away. So good job there. Sometimes those plays in front of the plate are a little bit tricky. Nice play by Osmus. And here's Larry Walker, 2 for 4 in the ball game, a double and a single. Wheeler with the pitch. That's a 1-7. It draws the walk. Again, it gives Albert a chance to play. And boys, he played today. He's had some ball game. Albert has doubled, an intentional walk, singled, and hit the grand slam. So he's a triple from the cycle. Do we have a triple on Albert's card? He hit 2 triples on the season. And against a right-hander, no, don't see one. So that kind of a bummer. Against Mr. Wheeler, there's no triples on his card. So he's not getting the cycle on this one unless he gets the outfield triple. Now the 4 in left field, and you roll a 1, possibly. Osmus puts down the sign. Wheeler with the pitch. 2-6. He popped it straight up. That's going to be Everett. Waits for it to come down and makes the catch. And there is 2 outs. So 2 outs here. And it'll now be Scotty Rowland, 1 for 4 with the ribby. Osmus puts down the target. Wheeler now from the stretch. Here is the pitch. 3-3. Ground ball to short. Fielder's choice. Everett the Biggio, and side is retired. That does it. That will end this inning. But we played 7.5 here in Houston. It's still 8-3 Cardinals. So Lane, Osmus, and Taveras to swing against Carpenter in the 8th. It's going to stay in there. He's only given up 9 hits so far. Maybe he may not get to the next one. We'll see. 2-8. That's trouble. Lane hits it far. He hits it deep. He hits it gone. 1 to 15 with a triple extra. So Lane homers. He's 2 for 4, and the Astros get a run back. So a big home run there. It's now 8-4. So now here's Brad Ausmus. Ausmus in the ball game is 1 for 3. Molina puts down the sign. Carpenter now struggling a little bit. Let's see. 1-7. He walks him. Let's see if that ends his day. Let's see LaRussa now. He may have now seen the last of him. And nope, stays in there. So he's still not fatigued. And here's Willie Taveras. 1 for 3. Struck out, singled, hit into a fielder's choice. Molina puts down the sign. Carpenter working from the stretch. Runner on first and nobody out. Down 4. 2-10. Base hit Taveras. That should do it for Carpenter. That's a single 2. He'll get him all the way over to third, and that should do it. Boy, and Carpenter now has given up 3 hard hits. Now there's a save situation because and Wheeler will probably end up coming out. So they'll go ahead and let's see what they'll do. Who they give? You know what? Let the pitcher, let LaRussa make the decision first. So that will be all for Chris Carpenter. So now the question is who do you bring in to keep things where they're at unless you go to Isringhausen, but I don't want to rush him. So let's see. 63 innings. Let's bring in Reyes. 2.15 ERA. So he'll be the new pitcher there. So Alberto Reyes. So here it comes. That will do it for Wheeler. They're getting back in this game, so they'll go ahead and get a pinch hitter in. And I believe it's going to be Burke with 318 at bats. So he'll get the shot here. With 5 home runs, 26 RBIs, hit 248. We're in the 8th, so do you want to make a better choice? Orlando Palmeros would be the better choice. So let's go ahead and bring Orlando Palmero in. So he's a little bit different. He slams against right-handed pitching. 284, 3 homers, 20 RBIs. Molina puts down the sign. Reyes from the stretch. He's a righty. 8-4 ball game. Here's the pitch. 5-7. That's a double on a 1-2. That's a 7. So line drive to Gruzelanek for the second out. Or the first out even. Sorry. Oof. So he hit it hard, but the second baseman was right there. So what does that do now to the next hitter? It will be Everett. Everett in the ball game, 0 for 4, needs a big hit here. They'll play the infield back, trying to get a double play and get him the heck out of this inning. Molina puts down the sign. Reyes from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 6-8, struck him out. Big strikeout for Reyes, and there's 2 away. So the Cardinals getting a big out here. But now you have to deal with Biggio. He is 1 for 4, home run way back in the first inning. Molina puts down the sign. Reyes from the stretch. Biggio hitting in the clutch. 5-3, ground ball back to the pitcher. He's a 2-0. No error on the play. Has to avoid 1-2-3. That's a 17. Throws them out the side. Is retired. Wow. So a ground out back to the pitcher. So he is out. Taveras will move to second. He will have to stay on his base, and that will make the side retire. We go to the 9th. It's 8-4 St. Louis. Oof, big time to get that one. So now they're going to have to go back to their bullpen. And now this is where they start running out of pitchers. They'll go to Springer here. They don't want to go to Lidge yet. So now here is Edmonds, 1 for 3 of the RBI. Ausmus puts down the sign. Springer on the mound. 2-5 is a walk to Edmonds. First time he's got on a singles last time up. So a walk to Edmonds. That's a big out here in the 9th, trying to add some insurance. And here's Gruzelanek, who's 0 for 4. Ausmus puts down the sign. Springer from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 3-5. That's a line drive. Ooh, almost caught by Scott. Makes a diving catch. Edmonds will go to third. Read it perfectly, but it did not get past him. A possible extra base hit is thwarted. That was a double 1-19. He got the 20, and now it's first and third with nobody out. And now let's see if Russ Springer can get out of this jam. First and third, infield coming in, cannot allow any more runs. Osmus puts down the sign. Springer from the stretch. That's going to be a 3-7. That's going to be a triple on a 1. That's a 12. So, but allows Edmonds to score, and it's now a 9-4 ball game. And now here's Yachty. Runner on first and one out. Osmus puts down the sign. Springer working from the stretch. Needs a double play here. 2-8. There it is. Ground ball to short. Everett, the Biggio, the Bagwell for a double play. Inning ending double play. 6-4-3. That's a big one to get. They only allow one run. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Do the Astros have a little rally in their bones? It's 9-4 St. Louis. 9-13-0 for St. Louis. 4-11-1. Astros down 5 in the bottom of the ninth inning. 2005 as played Stratomatic replay. So now let's see what the Astros have in mind. Bagwell's 2 for 3 with a double. Will probably stay in. Reyes will stay in for St. Louis. He came in when it was a save situation. They gave him another run to work with. Molina puts down the sign. Reyes, the pitch to Bagwell. That's going to be a 4-3, 5-ball right field. Walker's a 3-4. He's no longer the Larry Walker of. Here's the pitch. That's a 2. That'll get past him. No error on a 7, so that'll drop in front of Larry there. So that's a 2. That's going to be a 2 on a 3, and that's a double 2. So a double 2 for Jeff Bagwell. That is his third hit of the ball game, and I believe both doubles have come off the pitcher's card, off the X's. So Bagwell gets another double, still showing life of having a bat. Runner on second, nobody out. Isringhausen is now up in the St. Louis bullpen if needed. Molina puts down the sign. Reyes from the stretch, pitch to Ensberg. 5-8, ground ball to second. Gruzelanek is a 2-8. They need to make a play right now. They don't want anything more bad. Oh, that's a 3. Holy cow. We'll see if there's not going to be an error on a 13 on an 8. I can almost guarantee you. On an 8, it is 16, 17, 18. The question is going to be a 3 on a 2. 3 on a 2 says G3. So the runners will advance. So Gruzelanek knocked it down. Only play the first, and Bagwell will go to third. Of course, his run doesn't matter. So he'll go to third. Good play there by Mark. One away here in the ninth. So now here's Luke Scott, 1 for 3, runs scored, single way back in the second inning. Molina puts down the target. Reyes from the stretch and the pitch. 3-9 struck him out, second out. Reyes trying to get out of this without giving up any more runs and gets a big K. And now here's Jason Lane. Big solo bomb back in the eighth inning. Big right-handed bat, 2 for 4 with a bomb. Molina puts down the sign. Reyes from the stretch and the pitch. 1-7. Ground ball to short. That should do it. Eckstein got it. Throws across the diamond. And that will be your ball game. So he will get him. And the St. Louis Cardinals win opening day, April 5th, 2005. Let's go ahead and look at our numbers here, folks, and see what we have. So in this one, St. Louis wins it 9-4. 1 in the second, 3 in the fifth, 4 in the sixth, and that was on a grand salami by King Albert. 1 in the ninth, 9-13-0 for St. Louis. And Houston with 1 in the first, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, 1 in the eighth. Obviously wasn't enough. They're at 4-12-1. So Carpenter goes 7 innings, 11 hits, 4-run ball, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Oswalt only goes 5 2/3, 11 hits, 8 runs all earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, gave up 2 home runs, the big one to King Albert. Then Quails, Wheeler, and Springer came in after him. They did give Reyes the save. Doubles by Walker, Pujols, Bagwell had 2, Lamb had 1, triples by Lane, home runs by Albert, Sanders, Biggio, and Lane. Big hitters of the ball game for St. Louis. Albert, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 5 RBIs, is the MVP. Sanders, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. And then for the Astros, Bagwell, 3 for 4. Lane Tuesday was 1 for 2. Lamb came in the game as a pinch hitter, 1 for 1. So final score is St. Louis 9 and Houston 4. Let's take a look at some statistics before we go and see what's left on the schedule on April 5th, 2005, before we turn the page to April before we turn the page to April 6th. We got the Yankees and Red Sox. We got the Twins and Mariners. We have not seen Seattle as of yet or Minnesota. Texas and the Angels. That could be good. Toronto has played already. We watched that one on the channel. Atlanta, Florida. That's Smoltz and Beckett. I believe that's a home opener. And the Cubs and Diamondbacks, which is Greg Maddux and Russ Ortiz. So still some good games on the docket. So stay tuned to the channel as we continue playing some of the games on April 5th. And then we'll jump to Wednesday, April 6th, where we have a full docket of baseball. So, again, around that time, we'll start playing the games of interest, the best game on there, and then we'll play everything else offline to get it caught up to the next day. Kind of what David, Mr. Demo,